So, rather than directly writing something up about the Brotherhood of Steel, I thought it would be easier to simply show you the game's intro, which I skipped in the first episode, and then add some corrections and additional information afterwards. So, here we go.
War never changes. It was the inevitable result of the path humanity had chosen. Everyone who entered into the conflict expected victory. Everyone was optimistic. But as the hostilities escalated, optimism faded, and society began to collapse. The great vaults were built to house the wealthy, the powerful, the influential, and those deemed necessary to their survival. Inside, resources and technology were stockpiled, a final defense against the coming Holocaust. With the past behind them and the present destroyed, they looked to the future. The sturdy Vault Zero was to be the nucleus of the Vault network, housing the greatest leaders, artists, and scientists. The inhabitants of Vault Zero were to reunite the vaults and lead the people to a new life, a new world. But after the bombs, the world would be a harsh one. To ensure the creation of a post-nuclear utopia, the Vault dwellers would need help. Machinery was constructed to tame a land hardened by the ravages of war, then tempered by nuclear winter. But plans were barely in place when the first missiles left the silos. During the destruction, communication between the vaults ceased. Entire vaults were lost. Those that survived were on their own. Not all vaults succumbed to the machinations of war. On North America's west coast, one group of military vault dwellers emerged almost unscathed. They surveyed the wasteland and squared their shoulders for the task ahead. These dedicated survivors salvaged the technology from the vaults, technology that was studied, replicated, and fiercely guarded. For they knew that while their power came from numbers, their future lay in scientific knowledge. In time, they formed the Brotherhood of Steel. The Brotherhood used their knowledge to drive back the atrocities of the wasteland, proclaiming themselves the technological saviors of mankind. They scoured the land in search of more technology, raiding mutant camps, bandit towns, and the broken remains of other vaults. But even they could not keep pace with the high tolls demanded by life in the wasteland. The Brotherhood found themselves at odds with their need for new blood versus their code of technological secrecy. The debate was lengthy. Finally, the Elders ruled against sharing the technology with outsiders, convinced that they would endure as they had before. Further discussion was discouraged, and the Elders ordered the minority on a mission across the wastes. Super mutants, the foot soldiers of a conquered army, had been forced into a retreat across the mountainous barrier to the east. The Brotherhood constructed airships and dispatched the minority to track down and assess the extent of the remaining super mutant threat. But disaster struck while crossing the Great Mountains. A great storm gripped the main airship and flung it far from its course. The mighty ship was badly damaged. The smaller sections were torn from the main craft, never to be seen again. Many of the expedition's leaders were lost to the winds. The fraction of the crew that still survived struggled to keep their ship aloft before finally crashing on the outskirts of a once thriving metropolis, a city once called Chicago. Broken, scattered, and scarred, they took stock of the situation and once again squared their shoulders to the task ahead. The Brotherhood had much to offer the surrounding villages. They traded advanced medicines in exchange for food and labor. They traded protection from bandits in exchange for new recruits. In time, their ranks began to swell. Separated by distance and ideology from the main Brotherhood forces, the minority was free to forge a new Brotherhood of Steel, one that reflected the ideals they had strived for all along. However, one's future in the wasteland is never certain, for an old power has awakened, also bent on making this land its own. Life in the Brotherhood is about to change.
Okay, so a couple of minor corrections with that. First of all, the Brotherhood did not actually come out of one of the official vaults. They were from the U.S. military, but they were basically deserters who didn't agree with certain U.S. Army policies and went into their own bunker with their families. And the vaults, oh man, the vaults are a topic all on their own. I'll discuss them in the next of these lore segments, but for now, just think bunker. Super mutants are also a topic we'll cover later, but needless to say, there's a lot of bad blood between the Brotherhood of Steel and the super mutants. Even if there hadn't been a schism in the Brotherhood's ideology, in all odds they would have sent someone east anyway. In case you're wondering, the other airships did make it to their destination. They're a major focus in Fallout 3, which takes place on the U.S. East Coast, around Washington, D.C. We were going easy on them, that's what it is. So I'm going to remake good old Bob, and we'll just cut ahead, and I will show you the changes I've made. Okay, so our changes are I have slightly less perception, slightly more agility, and I have tagged traps instead of doctor, because I noticed in the manual that not only is it about the removal of traps and setting of detonation of explosives for demolition purposes, but it includes the finding of traps. And I think it would really piss me off if I'm walking along and then all of a sudden I explode because I couldn't see a landmine. So, with that out of the way, then I will fast forward for you once again until something interesting happens or we get near the end of the first mission. I found out that Stitch is actually my team's medic. Another item of interest that I found is this. There's a door that leads right to the Temple of Skulls. So, we're gonna go ahead and just... It's locked, but I bet it's locked with the exact same key that every other door here seems to be locked with. Oh my, no it's not. Anybody a decent lockpick around here? Looks difficult, huh? Okay, I guess I can't just break through there, and guess that makes sense. Oh, hey. So this is the map section of my Pip-Boy that I did not look at in the first run because I'm an idiot. For those of you who did not understand my surprise in the first run, Brahmin, the cows of the Fallout setting, they have two heads. It's actually a joke in some of the Fallout games that somebody takes it as a divine sign when they find a one-headed Brahmin, because it's so unusual. Let's see if having those lockpicks will make it possible for me to pick this door and skip all the way to the Temple of Skulls. Okay, still too hard. So, anyway, back to our show. Wolverines! Oh, bad idea, bad idea. Oh, here we are, back at the Temple of Skulls. It's right over here. And... this is gonna hurt again, isn't it? Is there a back door? Hey. There's a... huh. Now, I know I saw a guy on this roof. So, where'd he go? Now, let's crawl on in. With 3 squad members.
Well, looky here. I don't recall... I may have underestimated your abilities. Oh, wipe that grin off your face. Your Brotherhood is no different from us. We both take what we want from these savages. If you think your cause is any more selfless than ours, you're sadly mistaken.
Suck it!
You've completed the objectives for this mission. Proceed to the...
Oh, that's Afterburner gum! Not an Afterburner gun. I thought I had like a mini flamethrower, which would have been awesome! Level. Does this mean I leveled up? locked. Well, the bandit leader had a key on him. No, still locked. Bob, crack this sucker open. Because you're totally an expert locksmith. Unlocked. Who's the man? Bob's the man. 2 stim packs. But still, it was good. Bullets. Good. Farsight, you aren't carrying much stuff. Also, everybody stand up, please. Give her hunting rifles. Okay, there we go. Now, we should all be able... Because I bet he has... I bet he had the key on him that I could use to unlock this easy door and escape. I'm pretty sure Stitch has that. Unlocked. Well, let's run to the Elder.
Your grace in battle is wondrous to behold, Initiate. The death screams of the bandits reminded me of angels singing. They will think twice before attacking this village again. Initiate, you defended my people as fiercely as a deathclaw protects her cubs. Please accept this ancient gift from us. You are now considered family in my humble village. And of course, all the recruits will be delivered to your base as agreed. Well done. You have our thanks.
Wait, accept this gift? What did you give me? What did you give me? What did you give me? Huh? What did you give me? What did you give me? A debt? That must have been something I already had. I can't imagine the ancient gift from your... Then again, ancient would be... Don't know. Don't at the moment care. To the exit zone!
Mission complete, warrior. You have dealt with the raiders without hesitation and without mercy. Well done. Every defeat we hand them lessens their numbers and increases our realm of influence. The primitives you saved will be thankful and fearful of the Brotherhood in the future. This is important since the village must learn to live by our strict rules and thus be free. I have to admit it's been a while since an initiate performed so solidly in his first mission. The fact that your actions prevented the loss of a single primitive's life speaks volumes of your ability. To show their respect, they renamed their Brahmin stud after you.
Oh, of course.
The Brotherhood, however, will look favorably on you for your next review. You're dismissed.
Awesome.